Should this pedal cost $5,000? $7,000? $10,000? Should this pedal have a 5-year waiting list? 5 years, I just checked, it's 5 years now. It used to be 3 when I bought this pedal a year ago. Should this pedal be as beaten up as it is in order to sound as good as it does? No, I don't think so. No. Maybe. In today's video, I'm going to compare the 3 most famous overdrive pedals in the guitar world, and I measured their fame by how much money they cost today and how many times they've been copied by other pedal companies. I'm talking about overdrive pedals in particular, so other pedals that could fall into this video would maybe be like a Dallas Arbiter fuzz face or Clyde McCoy Vox wah pedals a la Jimi Hendrix. Those are different types of effects than overdrive. And hey, I don't have those pedals, but I do have these. So you're about to see the most expensive guitar pedal shootout on the internet, while simultaneously learning what about these sounds in these pedals has been so sought after by guitar players and guitar pedal builders alike. And I really want you to hear these pedals in action. Normally I put my big jams and culminations at the end of these videos, but we're gonna get it up front. Each pedal on display here doing what it does best with the perfect amp combination and guitar combination for my tastes in a full band mix. Afterwards, we'll dive into a full exploration of these tones, what makes them sound so familiar yet so unique. Let's go. The funny thing about these guitar pedals is they all do their own iconic things so well that you forget that these are the original sounds. There's so many copies of these pedals that you forget how special these tones are because they are the originals. Now perhaps some of you tone purists out there may say the king of tone is based on the blues breaker circuit, you noob. Well, a blues breaker is an amp, am I correct? So in this case, we're talking guitar pedals. I would say the king of tone fills that void, wouldn't you? And still others of you will say, Tyler, you fool, Marshall made a blues breaker guitar pedal. They are the originators, Marshall themselves, Jim Marshall partial knot, analog man. Then I say, well, do you remember my parameters? Who did the blues breaker circuit best? The one that cost $500 or the one that cost $1,000? I don't think that really actually matters, but you gotta admit, the King of Tone is in contention with anybody who uses a blues breaker circuit. Let's talk about these guitar pedals. We all remember the Klon craze that's been raging on since 2020, when I was bored and decided to buy a guitar pedal for $5,000. Yeah, COVID was a weird time. Anyway, I'm not the first person to talk about the Klon or other guitar pedals in this way. These pedals go back way further than me or any of my internet peers. For example, Stevie Ray Vaughan used this exact era Ibanez TS9, which has been lent to me today by my good friend Jared James Nichols. Well, thanks, buddy. I'll try and have it back to you in one piece. So let's go through these pedals now and compare what they do. I'm gonna use the same guitar amp, a Fender Super Reverb, and here is my clean sound. So that's a Tube Screamer sound with humbuckers. People either hate it or love it. It depends on the amp you're using, of course, but I think with a Super Reverb, it's a pretty crystal clear indication. And for someone like me who prefers a little bit more of a modern sound, or at least a little bit more gain when I'm working with overdrive, a popular thing to do is use the Klon Centaur as a boost for an already overdriven sound. And this combination adds color as well as gain. This is very popular, and John Mayer's live sound has been noted across the internet. We're gonna see how close we can get using these pedals, if it can channel any of Mayer's mojo. Klon Centaur is literally the most famous pedal, and you can feel free to check out all my other Klon content. Klon-tent? Am I the first one to say that? Anyway, you can learn a lot about the Klon and how it sounds from my Klon-tent over the years, what the Klon does to my guitar playing. I'm gonna just play you this little segment of just the room sound, and I want you to listen to how my pick attack changes and just my overall mental state towards my guitar playing changes when I turn on the Klon Centaur. And this is another practical use for the Klon, where you have an overdriven amp sound and then you turn it on to basically enhance everything good about the amp and add some beautiful, illustrious mid-range growl. So with the Klon acting in a boost in that context, we take it to a different guitar pedal, which would be the King of Tone, which has a different tonal foundation. On the left side of the pedal versus the right side, you're getting a different color of overdrive. The right side is a little bit juicier, the left side is a little bit crisper, and both sides are brought out beautifully by the Klon. So we'll see how those work in different guitar situations. the King of Tone is slightly lesser in value in that they're still being made today, but due to the owner of Analog Man refusing to increase the size of his operation or compromise on the increasingly rare parts required to stay true to the original King of Tone design, this has led to the most ridiculous waiting list I've ever seen for any product. The Analog Man King of Tone is that good, and some people are unwilling to wait that 5-year waiting period, and as a result, these pedals go for in the thousands of dollars. Now, as I mentioned, the King of Tone has two sides to it. We're gonna get on the crispier side of things now. I think this is the most articulate sound that I've dialed in this video so far, and depending on which type of guitar pickups you're using, it can affect these sounds. Let me know in the comments, which of these tones have you preferred so far? Before we end this video, we should turn all these pedals on at once, right? Right? Well, which one is it? Which one do you like the most? Did I really give you an accurate representation of what these really sound like? No, because it just doesn't matter. Okay, it matters to care about things that make you happy. Spending money on it, I'm not telling you to do that. I am lucky enough to have these things in my possession. It's crazy to me, and I just want to show it to you. That's the whole point of this video. I'm not trying to show off, I'm trying to show to you. So I would emphasize that point, and also I just want to let you know it's really hard to hold 3 pedals like this, so I think I deserve some credit. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep shredding.